Late last year, I managed to pick up the 4K set of Alfred Hitchcock movies. This is the Italian edition. The reason I picked this up is because it was £28 as opposed to the UK's £60, and money is important, and that saving of over 50% was too good to pass up. And of course the discs are exactly the same. You put them in, they ask you what language you want, English, and everything's fine, even the extras. The only thing that's different is the writing on it is Italian. Other than that, I wasn't bothered. It just felt like a good deal, and I do love Hitchcock. So when I cracked open this set, I instantly went to one of my favourite Hitchcock movies, Rear Window. It's been a number of years since I revisited it. I was super excited to throw this one on, and wow, it really does look amazing, as you would expect. But the movie's just pinnacle of Hitchcock for me. We follow L.B. Jeffries, played by James Stewart, who is a man trapped in his apartment with a broken leg, at the whim of his girlfriend, his friend, his home help, whoever it is, with nothing to do other than stare out of his apartment window, which kind of looks onto the back of 3 other apartment blocks, and just watch all the neighbours as they go about their daily lives. And what marvels me about this movie is the ridiculous pace that you never actually notice how fast it's going. Within the first 20 minutes here, we have been introduced to Stewart, his Jeffrey's character, through a phone call. We know what's happened to him, why he's stuck where he is, and what job he has. We know that he has a girlfriend, Lisa, played by Grace Kelly. We know that his home help is Stella, played by Thelma Ritter, who is brilliant in this one, almost as good as she was in Pick Up in South Street. We are introduced to all the neighbours, whether it be Miss Lonely Heart, Miss Torso, the new couple that's moved in, our possible antagonist of the piece. We kind of know this whole community within 20 minutes. And it's wonderful. You know, it's zipped through all this information, but at no point have you ever felt that you've been given exposition or delivered information. A lot of it is visual, a lot of it's through natural conversations, and it's just through onto this wonderful idea. This man trapped in his room with his imagination running wild. Has somebody been murdered, or is he just imagining it? Is him watching people in their private moments, voyeuristic meanderings, look appropriate? Should he be prying into people's private lives? And you also get this sub-story throughout it as well, where Lisa and Jeff have this relationship where Lisa is deeply in love with this man. He's the one for her. She is probably too good for him, and he just doesn't appreciate that. You know, he's thinking about ending the relationship simply because she's wanting to settle down and get married to this man, and she's just too good for him. And it's just it's the way that plays out through seeing lots of other people in their relationships as well. We'll go back to the plot in a minute, but just seeing this kind of subplot tackled in such a unique way. You see Miss Lonely Hearts, a woman who's struggling for a companion in life, and that kind of mirrors a possible future for Jeff. And then you see the newlyweds moving into their first apartment, and again how they're getting on, and that kind of mirrors another aspect of the vying ties for this relationship. And then there's a third couple who are been married for a long while, who often are sleeping out on the fire escape at night because it's so warm, and that's just a happy marriage type of thing. And then we have the young Miss Torso, who seems to have all these suitors, all these people trying to clamber to get her hand to become her partner. And then there is the musician who lives in this apartment block as well, who seems to be living the single life, having all these parties, having lots of people over. And it's all these varying aspects of what could be Stuart's life. He sees himself in everybody that's within his street. Of course, there is one other couple there. There is the couple that don't have a good relationship. The married couple who things have possibly taken a murderous turn. And a lot of the movie is put onto the fact of Stewart thinking that someone has killed their wife and disposed of the body, and him trying to convince his police officer friend. Lisa is instantly believing of him to get people on board and to get this man caught. And that's where there is some expert tension and atmosphere brought into this movie. It's layered up exceptionally well, and it's really exciting. But for me, the most rewarding parts comes from Stewart and his relationship, and seeing all these people around his home who mirror various aspects of his life, who are in various stages of relationships, whether it be single, being just married, being married for a long time, being at the end of a relationship where you're so horrified by your partner that you're going to kill them, being a bachelor. It has all these various people who mirror parts of him, and then you get the wonderful addition of the characters that come in here. Stella, played by Thelma Ritter, like I said, is a wonderfully straight shooting home help that comes in and has a wonderful tete-a-tete with Jeff at certain points. Lisa, played by Grace Kelly, is just utterly divine in the movie, and everything she does is just terrific, and you can see her adoration and love for this character, and this almost self-loathing, self-destructive manner of Jeff wanting to break this relationship is just brilliant to see him come out of that throughout the movie. I love Rear Window. I think it's a movie that everybody should watch. I think it's a movie that is exceptional, and even though you're constantly driven by the murder aspect of it, I think the relationship aspect is by far the most compelling and exciting part of this movie. I think I may go back and revisit Rear Window again because I just love it. Maybe I'll do a proper video where I go into all the nuances that I like and maybe break down a kind of essay style of this one. But Rear Window for me is an exceptional Hitchcock movie and amongst a career of exceptional movies. I love it. I would love to know your thoughts on it. Let me know in the comment box below, and I'll see you next time in Man v Film.